Well, well, well. Hello, 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 everybody. I hope y'all are doing good this evening. I'm trying to. I thought it's Thanksgiving. I've got to get on there and see how everybody's doing. Let me turn my phone down so I don't hear myself echoing. I hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving. Uh, we did. Mother and I didn't do much, but at least we got to see my sister. Hi, Debbie. Good to see you, Debbie Sue. Uh, I got my phone up here so I can read the comments because it's too difficult for me to see there. But we had too much food, like we always do. My sister, it was just my sister and my brother-in-law that has cancer. That's my sister that lost her only child, and so we try to go out and be with them because that's been very difficult on her. He was 19 years old, and we all loved him, but he came in from college and on a holiday weekend, and him and his girlfriend or friend, girl that he hung around with, went down close to the river and hit a pecan tree, and it killed both of them. He was 19 and she was 20, and it's a sad thing, but then you wonder about the way this world is right now, or going to be, and you think, well, uh, he's through this whole world, as my grandma would say. So Simply Debbie Sue said, I stuffed the turkey. Well, good. I'm glad you did. And I hope it was delicious. Uh, my sister, my brother-in-law, like I said, he's the one that had the lung cancer and had most part of his lung taken out. He decides the menu of whatever we have. I do not. This year, of course, I didn't fix anything. She told me not to fix anything because I'd been going through all those uh, treatments and all that stuff with the cancer and uh, the varices and all that. So she said, "Brother, don't do anything. You just come." So we just went, mother and I, and it was a very pleasant day. Uh, yeah, Mary. My sister's name's Mary, the one that lost the child. That was funny. You popped up and said so very sad. Yeah, it it was very very sad. I got the phone call about 2:30, 2:45 in the morning. That's when I had to still had a landline. Hello, and all I heard was that my nephew was killed. So, but we go on, y'all. It doesn't matter. We have things that happen in our life, and just like with me getting this cancer and stuff, I never dreamed that I'd have any sickness like that. I never dreamed. But you don't think about this stuff when you're young, or you don't think about it when you're middle aged or old, I guess. You just think, well, I'm in good health, and uh, or it'll never happen to me. A lot of things, not just health, but any kind of circumstances, you think, well, it's not going to happen in the back of our brains, but it can creep up on me. And that's why I try to live my best every day I can and ask God to watch over me and my family and friends, and because this crazy world, uh, just like that shooting up in Washington, those people, those National Guard guys and gal, went to work yesterday morning. Not they thought they'd be, and their mamas and their grandmamas thought they'd be seeing them probably today for Thanksgiving. Well, they're in the hospital. I haven't kept up with it today to see if any of them died or not, but they didn't know they was going to be shot yesterday. just like when mother and I go out this door to get in the car. That's mother can still drive at 93. She can still drive if she had to emergency. Yeah, she's a very good driver. But I don't let her because it's all the other people around her, and I've always been a very, very safe driver. And but nowadays, today we were coming on the back because my sister and them live out in the country, and we were driving on the back road, and if it didn't, two or three big old dually pickups just flew past us, and cars coming this way, and the bar ditches, were being worked on everywhere in the United States. It's being worked on, I think. We would, mother and I would have, we'd have just gone in the ditch, and probably the ditches, the ravines are so deep, we wouldn't have survived it. So that's why I just hate getting out, especially on these country roads, because these people get to hooping it up and hollering. Let's see. Simply David Sue said, yes, you need a break. That's true. Hi, David. Glad you could come. Jessica Howard. I'm trying to figure that one out, Jessica. Let me see. I'm trying to see who passed away today. What I'm trying to see. But my chat's not coming up there. So I'm not sure. Jessica, somebody said somebody passed away. I'm sorry. I don't know who you're saying passed away, but our thoughts and prayers, every one of our thoughts and prayers are with you. Oh, y'all, I tell you this, the National Guard woman passed away today. It just hit me when I saw Mary said hearts are broken. Yes, one guard passed away, I think. Oh, Jessica, I'm sorry. I just get, oh, I'm out there somewhere. I'll be reeled back in maybe in a little bit. Grandma Teresa says, hi, Debbie Sue. Simply Debbie Sue said, hi, Grandma Teresa. Zippity dude, the girl National Guard died. Yeah, she was wasn't she beautiful? I saw her picture, mother, and I said she was just so beautiful. Beautiful girl. That breaks my heart when, somebody that young and senseless stuff happens. That I didn't know the girl, of course, but I know how her mama and grandmama are feeling tonight. Worthless. What could I have done to stop this? They couldn't. Just something that happens, and you have to get on through it. Well, I'm having an orange Kool-Aid tonight because I was parched, and I thought I'm not drinking lemon water tonight. So I'm going to have to drink orange Kool-Aid this evening. Yeah, that got me all off kilter, even though I don't have a script or anything to do these days. That just kind of floored me there. I guess because we was talking about stuff anyway. But other than that, did y'all have a good Thanksgiving? That's the whole thing today is my sister. I was going to tell you all about that. She didn't want me to bake or cook anything. And so, as I said, the brother-in-law dictates the meal usually. So he wanted chicken and dressing, like his mother used to make, down on the river. That's what everybody used to have. We didn't have turkey, and we had ham, but we didn't have turkey or any other kind of bird, chicken and dressing. So my sister, here's 4 people, my little mother and me and my sister and my brother-in-law, and of course the bird dog. But I said, how many, we were talking in the kitchen because I was trying to help her. I said, how many how much dressing did you make? She said, 6 pans, 6 pan cornbread, to make the dressing. 6 pans of cornbread to put together Lord, we had more food. I couldn't, I just couldn't imagine it. But we had the chicken and dressing, we had broccoli and cheese casserole, we had black olives, green olives. Of course, I didn't eat because of salt. And we had a twice baked potato kind of a dish. And what else did we have? We didn't have green beans this year, even though I made all those green beans and took them up to the library. Y'all saw my video. Now, that's the way to cook green beans is cook them down in their own juice from the can and get those islands. And you won't regret it because it tastes just like garden fresh green beans. If I'm going to eat green beans, that's the way I want them. And then she made of course, who gets on YouTube? Well, she does, and we do, and we're happy to do it. But she got on there and come up with this recipe. Now she called it, what she called it? Something world cake. Oh my goodness, world cake, or I can't. I'd have to ask her. But all it was trifle. It's just a cherry trifle that you layer with your angel food cakes and soak the kind of ladyfinger things and whipped cream, and oh, it was decadent. It was good, y'all. It was very Parisian. It was good, and I didn't eat a whole lot of it. I ate, and then she sent a Tupperware. Of course, everybody loves Tupperware. She sent us a Tupperware bowl home, and then when Mother and I got home, uh, right before I had texted one of my friends, I said, I'm going to take a nap, I think, because this food has hit me. Even though if I'd had tryptophan from the turkey today, I wouldn't have been able to get home in the car. I mean, after I got sick, everything just makes me so tired. If I eat it, I get so sleepy. I can't do anything else but take a nap. And so I'm glad I didn't have the turkey to get the tryptophan and stuff. But we got home, had that little bit of trifle. I call it trifle. I can't remember the name of it. Something. Oh my goodness, or heaven. I don't know, but it was heavenly. It was. It was good. And of course, she didn't put a lot of salt. Try not to put a lot of salt and stuff because of me having to cut back on the sodium. You know, it's the shit when you have to cut back on the sodium and you have to cut back on the sugar and you have to cut back on this and that. Sometimes I think to myself, I just don't know if I can survive this because I'm not gonna make it. Being a cooking all my life and enjoying grandmother's cooking, we didn't worry about sugar and all that. Why is it all coming to a head now? I still want to enjoy it, but I don't want to end up down there in the pushing up daisies. Before I have to, I've got to take care of my mama. Oh, my mama. Here, I'll show you a picture of her today. Let's see. I've got to figure out. Here's right after lunch. She'll be 90 for her birthday, y'all. There she is. There's mama. She's sitting there. We was getting ready to go, and I told my sister down at the country, I said, let me get mama's picture. And then I'll show y'all. We went and got her fingernails done. I said it here, her at the nail shop the other day. If I can get that to pull up there. She's getting her nails done. We only do that maybe around Christmas or something because it's so expensive. Lord, it's so expensive. And then here's the pink. She told me to pick out the color, so I picked out the color. I thought it was pretty, and she likes mauves and all that. It's more glittery than that. It's real glittery. So it was trying to get my chats back on, if I can. I don't know why I can't get the chats back on the screen. That's what I want. Let's see. You know, I would mess something up, y'all. I would mess something up. I'm trying. There we go. Okay, so y'all had show and tell or tell and show, and we had a great. Thank you, David. She does look great, but she's took care of her skin and not smoked, not drank, other not like me. You know, I mean that I can tell it in her. With her, she's beautiful and she's got a heart big as all get out, y'all. But her not drinking and smoking, and she always enjoyed Estee Lauder because she worked for that company for a long time, and she would wear their cosmetics. So, it pays to put some cold cream on. I didn't do it. I got the Swiss Colony. Y'all may know this. Y'all get this Swiss Colony book. It says last chance on mine. Well, this had to be the last chance because I'm not ordering all this. It's too expensive. And besides, it's just full of sugar and full of, I don't know, these cheeses. But when I was a kid, I remember we had a friend that was in a business, not really a business partner with my dad, but he was out of Dallas, a very executive, and they would send us, he owned a candy company, and he'd bring us candy and stuff, and like the Twix candy, we were the first kids, I think, to have it. He brought the samples down to us once they had got it made, and we thought we was living in high cotton, but they'd send us this stuff out of here for Christmas and those little cheeses and all that stuff. So I saw mother give us a little bit of money, to go to the grocery store when we go to town. What I'm saying, and let me look here. I can't get off this story. I'll forget it, and then I'll read. So she'd give us a few dollars, to go to town, and I was probably only about 5 or 6, and I love those little cheeses that come from. I'm not sure it's Swiss Colony, but it was very similar to that company, and they'd have the little sausages, but the cheeses, I really adored the cheese. You take them out of the full wrapping and all that. So she gave us some money, gave me some money, and we went to town. Well, I went shopping for myself like I always did. It's five and dime and so forth and so on. So we go to the grocery store last, so our groceries wouldn't run and ruin, and we'd head home. Well, I bought me a little bitty piece of cheese, about like that. I thought, oh, I'm so glad because we'd ran out like a couple of months before because this was probably in March. So by the end of December, we didn't have any of that Swiss Colony or whatever. So I got that and I quietly unwrapped it. Not that she would have cared. It's just that I'm very like that. I'm just kind of private, So I took a big bite of that, and my Lord, y'all, I like to have fell out. What's wrong? What's wrong? Oh, Mama, I thought this was cheese. This cheese I bought is like that Mr. Perkins brought us, but it don't taste like it. It's so bad, it's unreal. And we had to stop the car and I had to spit it out. Come to find out, y'all, I had went in that grocery store, and back there in the section by the milk, there's cheese, but there's also cakes of yeast to make bread rise. Well, I had bought, because it's cheap, 59-cent cake of yeast, and I thought I was going to have some delicate cheese of yeast. Lord, it like to make me sick, and thank God I didn't swallow that. I'd been blown up like a balloon. But that was so now I don't I don't want no more of the cheese, really. Okay, now, uh, Jimmy, maybe. Hello, everyone. Hope you all had a good day. David, she looks great, beautiful. She's a beautiful lady. Simply Debbie, I used to get those books. It kept saying "Last Chance Forever." I know. I don't. I don't think they sent me a book last year. If they did, I'm not going to order out of it. I'm not going to order out of it. Yeah, that yeast thing, y'all. That just came to my mind, or y'all would have never heard that story. I've got a million stories, but that this Swiss colony brought back a memory. Don't we love memories, y'all? I live on memories. I really do. And I know poor mother gets tired of me because I'll see on the you not YouTube. Well, sometimes YouTube, but like Netflix or uh, Apple TV. Right now, they've got The Grinch That Stole Christmas, that 1959 one. They've got Frosty the Snowman. And she has to endure sitting there watching that with me because it brings back so many memories when I was a little boy and we'd watch like this old TV behind me. Uh, we'd all sit and wait on a Friday, or I think it was on Friday nights when those come on, maybe Thursday, uh, waiting for we'd get it all hyped up and think, you know, uh, whatever date that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer's come on. So everybody talk about it at school and whatever. And of course, I didn't have any. I had my two sisters, but they're 7 years and 7 years older than me, so they were not. One of them was home partially. The others was married by the time I was, I guess 5. So I'd get in front of that old TV, and finally we got a colored TV, but uh, I'd sit there and wait on those cartoons, and so now I watch them. Just it brings back a little memory. You know, I love memories. I'm glad that I have them. I think it's what helps me get through is memories, especially when something's going wrong or whatever. I think, oh, that I have a memory today. This will help me get through. Um, Beverly, hey y'all, I haven't been here in a while because I've been so busy. Well, we wondered where you were. Uh, we've all been very busy too, but glad you could come tonight. I wasn't going to do one tonight because uh, I haven't felt it. You have to feel it to be able to do these. Not because there's a script, and maybe if I had a script, I could do it a lot, but I could do it off the cuff. But since I don't have a script, I have to be in the mood. I have to feel like I've got something to say. And then I've got to put my what's in because I don't wear them very often until I get my implants one day. So I just think, which it doesn't bother me to be without them, and I know it wouldn't bother one of y'all. But I just have to be in the mood, and a lot of times I haven't felt like it. I really haven't. But I'm I've had to come on because it's Thanksgiving, a holiday, and I'm thankful for y'all and all the nice food today. And I remember, I have memories, and that's what we're supposed to do. Uh, be thankful, but yet remember where we came from, remember where we're going, or try to uh, go on our path. Uh, Simply, Debbie said, I missed a couple lives too. I have surgery Monday, and I've been having to get ready for that. Oh, well, we'll pray for you, Debbie Sue, because surgery, something that I never thought I'd have to have, but I've been having it every 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Not really surgery, but I go under and they go in there and put those bands on here, and it we'll be thinking about you. Uh, I've been going through recipes. Not that I need anything, but I'm going to make some shortbread. I love shortbread. That's my favorite cookie in the world. I found another recipe here. It's called a French magic cake. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of it, but you're supposed to put these eggs and sugar, and which I'm going to use the stevia sweetener in most of it, lemon zest, butter, milk, vanilla, and flour. And for some reason, which I think I have used done before, it all magically makes a crust and filling, and it'd be kind of like a kind of a cheesecake, maybe, kind of. And then y'all watch what is her name, Lord? Uh, I think she's wonderful. She lives down in Texas, down close to Houston. If y'all don't watch it, well, she got a million followers. No, I don't have any followers, but she gets on there and talks, and y'all will know who it is if y'all go on and watch these or watch Facebook. I just can't remember. Oh, here it is. Here she is. Let me see. Torchy Swinson. Torchy Swinson. Now she comes on and says, "I've got something on my cake," or something like that. But I love Miss Torchy Swinson. I think she reminds me of my Aunt Virginia. I mean, like nearly to the look and the T, and her speech is just very elegant with the Southern drawl or Texas drawl. But she has, so y'all go on Facebook and look up Torchy Swinson. I think she may have I don't think she's on YouTube. But she said that she was going through the certain desserts that she always used. Now she lives in a retirement village or home, and she was going through the desserts, which were very reminiscent of me. Since she's from Texas, we all had the same, but I had forgotten a lot of those desserts. I mean, the basic pecan pie and all that. But this is for pecan tassies, and that's that cream cheese based tart, and then it's got that nutty topping on it. But I'm going to make some of these before Christmas. It has corn syrup, but I'm going to get the corn syrup that doesn't have the sugar. What is it? High fructose sugar in it. And but pecan tassies, Tassies. It says, like many pecan pies made with buttery cream cheese based tart shell. They're sweet and nutty and so easy to pop right in your mouth. But if you'll get one of those tart, the tart pans, or like a muffin tin, but there's about 5 or 8 rows. And then you get your punch. You put that dough in there and then punch it and then feel that. It's so much easier than trying to hand do your torts. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to give one of these. I've got so much stuff, y'all. I'm going to give one of these Dolly Parton casserole and with the wicker basket dishes away. I think this is the last Dolly that I have. And then I'm going to give away this Basque. It's modern rustic, the non-stick grill pan. And this is the pan. I use this pan quite often. And but it won't cost you no shipping, don't cost you nothing. So what we'll do is I haven't figured out when or how, but I'll put it up. I don't remember how we did that last time, y'all. I think we thought of a number, or I don't remember. I really don't. But I'm going to figure out a good, honest way to. I was going to do it tonight, but I haven't thought about it. So I don't know. Let me see what these are saying. Uh, Dorothy said, I was home alone, nothing special to eat or dessert. Got no invites from anyone in the family, just watched old sitcom and things on my phone. Sometimes I like being quiet. Today I really had rather been quieter, but of course I got to take mama. Uh, she said her daughter-in-law is the best. Thanksgiving dessert is sweet potatoes with pecan sweet mixture on top. That's always good. The sweet potatoes, I've been eating them all week, from it's such good. It's so good for you, and the glycemic index for the blood sugar is so good that I enjoy them. But yeah, because a lot of y'all don't have email to. We've only got 20. We will do that, and I'll figure out how to do this because I want to do it fair. And I guess we could. Well, I don't know, but I'll get it done, and then I'll just put on the live that we're going to do a drawing, maybe. Huh? That'd probably be the best way. Okay, y'all. Not much going on this week. Let me look at my schedule. I don't think tomorrow. Oh, I just saw this on my phone, y'all. Y'all going for that madhouse, that Black Friday stuff? Yeah, if y'all do, y'all better be careful. Somebody will get a turkey leg and beat you to death for a Hot Wheel or a Barbie doll. If y'all are going out in that Black Friday stuff, you better be careful. I have heard some wild stuff about people getting molested and beat up and for a dish towel. So I don't do it. I may have did it one time with some lady friends years ago, but now it's gotten to where it's Simply Debbie says oh, she's not going. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, I'm scared. There'll be something shooting or something we'll hear on the news. It's just y'all. This world has become that. It's not that I want it or I'm trying to say that but it's gotten so bad. Y'all be careful for your surroundings and watch out and driving. Y'all be careful driving because it's not seem like it's gonna get any better anytime soon. So just stay vigilant. I'm gonna just say it. God bless you. God bless us. God bless the United States. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. We did. And we'll be back before long, just as soon as I get my ducks in a row. We'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.